I mean, oh, I'll just have to do the weird thing. Hold on. Oh god, what is it? Slash live underscore dashboard? Why on earth does this not work properly? YouTube, fix your stuff. Hello, I think. Welcome back. Oh, I'm live. Totally live, apparently. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Right, let's jump back in. I decided not to play some Elite. I've been playing some Borderlands, just sort of for me. But for stream-wise, let's just chill out. I mean, we can chill out and we can talk about some humorous things that have been happening. Or at least things that I find humorous, which is a sort of a reasonably dark sort of comedic value. So yeah, hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to A Planet Coaster. Welcome back to Planet Coaster. This is loading. Something's just popped up on, apparently it was posted yesterday, but anyways, something that just popped up on my feed was that the Tory MPs want to bring back the Saturday job, because, you know, when Brexit comes, then people aren't going to be wanting to do certain jobs. They're already not wanting to do certain jobs. So the idea being that, you know, push youngsters into working on Saturdays, you know, having done a full week of learning, and then, you know, going into a store, working potentially sort of 8-9 hours a day, and being paid, you know, £2.40 an hour for it, if they're lucky. And this is apparently how Britain is going to become great again, on the backs of the people who didn't actually vote for it in the first place. So yeah, that was a fun thing to find on my feed. I really do need to start my my idiotic Brexit videos, just because it's so juicy. There's so much going on. There's so much just insanity in the world going on, and it's all finger pointing, and you know, we can do deals with whoever we like. Oh, nobody will actually deal with us anymore because we're not in the EU. Yes. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, Planet Coaster, brilliant little game from Frontier Developments, which puts you in sort of park management type thing. I'm playing with challenge mode on. I'm playing on medium, and I did a stream earlier because I thought, well, why not? And yeah, no, just back with more really. I'm not going to get any more of those guys yet. I'm just focusing on, I'm consolidating. Oh, this is a hotel, by the way. This is a new thing of, and I don't know how new it is. It's a hotel that I built. You basically put rooms down inside, and then you can sort of build onto, you know, you can design it the outside of your hotel. You don't have to, but it's a way of just making the scenery a little bit more rich and interesting. So yeah, there's that. Endless cycle has been fixed. It's probably only going to be a no, half-hour stream or something tonight. Yeah, because I have things that I need to get done. Well, sort of things. Well, things that I could potentially put off till tomorrow, but I would rather work out if I have any blue tack now, and then potentially have to go and get some tomorrow if needs be. I found the duct tape, I found the cable ties, but I could not find the blue tack, and that's annoying. Oh, I even found the electrical tape as well, but no blue tack. So yeah, I have to hunt that down. Blue tack is really useful stuff, and you know, drawer that it should be is full of all kinds of things that aren't blue tack. So I'm having one of those sorts of days today. So yeah, I mean, most of what I've got sorted, yeah, it's vaguely. I've got even more cables on my desk now to mess around with. So yeah, been one of them days. But hopefully it'll all go vaguely to plan. So let's build something, shall we? Actually, do we? We need to make this park a little bit more interesting. I'm thinking about also... Oh, the hat shop. We got the hat shop, didn't we? God, where was it? In here. Was it? Hat's fantastic. We don't have a hat shop yet. We need one. Let's put it over here. Here? Let's put it about there, I think. And can sell some hats. I should decorate it a little bit with a sort of a hat theme. What do we do then? Well, so sort of wooden shack theme. We can start with that. Walls. Wood. Start with that. Can start with, yeah, there. And we can just get a nice little shack. Yeah. And then, well, we need a roof, obviously. Yeah, nice little wooden roof. That'd be alright. And is it in walls? What I'm looking for? It's like a little. Yeah, I think it's that one. Yeah, it's just that one. Excellent. And I think we want an awning. Corrugated iron awning. Yeah, that looks good. Excellent. And a hat. I feel it needs a hat, because after all it is a hat store. Maybe we'll find one in scenery. I want a huge hat. Ooh, that doesn't look bad actually. Yeah. There we go. We've got our hat store now. And signs? Is sign in here? Hat's fantastic. Standing sign. It's a bit big. Did they just have a swing sign? Gold pea soda. Chief beef. No. That's a decent looking hat store though, I think. You know, it's got a hat and everything. So that will sell hats. And I should probably put in some benches as well, maybe. I'm using the adventure benches. And a bin. Maybe a palm. I quite like the palms. Palm or two. Excellent. There's something very weird with these LODs. Looking at it like that. Basically, the way the level of detail works, LODs. You'll hear this in games terminology. So LODs are used to reduce polygons, texture quality, distance, and these basically use about. There's probably about 4 levels of detail here. You've got your close in, your medium distance, which is about there. And then you've got that one, which is a little bit further out, and then you've got that one, which is, yeah. So as you zoom out, you get more and more out. But I don't know, is that one? It's one of those weird ones where the pop just seems to make it a little bit smaller. But anyway, yes, that's how level of detail is meant to work anyway. So if you ever hear that in a game about level of detail changes, that's basically what it is. It's changing the model and the texture on that model to lower quality because you don't need such a high quality at distance, essentially. which is, you know, it's always quite important when they put in the LODs in early access games, because then you're actually going to improve optimization, just because you're not trying to render high quality models at this distance. You don't need to, so why do it? But not all games will actually use decent quality LODs. I believe Fallout had a bit of an issue. Well, actually, Fallout 4 has a fairly major issue with Glitch Quarry and stones from Glitch Quarry being used around the wasteland. So essentially, it looks like it's trying to use very low sort of level of detail masks when you're right up to it. It doesn't seem to load things in properly, and which is why you get those really weird effects that sort of happen, and they all like stretch the polygons out and stuff. They're just sort of very quick models almost, but it does mean you can't see important things like edge of cliff. Right, so that's been fixed. Am I going to make some more money now? Money is my big problem at the moment. I mean, the way to do it, theoretically, would be to wait till I've got, say, about 5,000 left. Get a loan out for 5,000. And then pay off that loan using that loan. Theoretically, I mean, that's at 20% interest. So it may not work. But yeah, it's just a way of basically very quickly. Hold on, yeah. Monthly cost. Yeah, you could get the monthly cost for that £5,000 one right down to 250, whereas this one's got £1,000. So yeah, that's probably what I will do. You know, make that, pay off that next 800. I wish I could just pay off. Can I actually just pay off 800? Actually, what I can do is I can take that one off, pay that one off, and suddenly I've got more money in the bank, and I can reduce that right down to $250 a month. And suddenly I don't have to pay off. It's odd. It's odd why it's telling me that I've got 20,000 to repay, and I've just taken out £5,000. Probably a mechanic to make sure that I don't do what I've just done. Interesting. But oh well, I'm now only paying 250, so I can a month instead of 1,000 a month. So I should be able to make some more money now, which will be useful. Now rides. Could get a whirly rig. Not very interesting. Oh wait, no, that's the Venetian carousel. That's not very interesting. I'm going to build a whirly rig about here. It'll be a new ride, and it's something for the kiddies. We'll do that. And we're using... I'm using the wrong pathing, but... shouldn't matter. Excellent. We can open that one up and generate a little bit of interest in the park, which is what we want. I want a steady stream of people coming in through those doors. Ideally, because that's where the money's being made. Well, the money's being made pulling people into the park, getting them on the rides. Good lord, that one's got a long queue. Hat's Fantastic is apparently... yeah, there's no vendor in there. Because the vendors will just wander off and go off to the staff room every so often. And I assume all my staff members are in there. Oh, that's to... Okay. Alright, the only guy that I've got in there at the moment is this guy, who's probably the guy that's meant to be in Hats Fantastic. God, that's a long queue. Oh, I should note, if a ride breaks down, all these people get their money back. So you don't want a ride to break down. I should really design a coaster that kind of takes this space and sort of twists through it. I'd love to get a coaster that twists through up through there. Something like one of those dangly coasters. What are they called? The was it coaster custom? Do I have one unlocked? No, I don't. But you know what I mean. So you got the track on the top, and then yeah, because I've got Looney Tunes at the moment. Dragon might be alright. It's a junior ride. Or was that the Wendigo? Yeah, but we need more money for that yet. So hopefully I'll get some more money coming in. This may not actually be a very long stream. I've managed to come in at a point when there's not really a huge amount to do apart from watch the park. It's I suppose a reasonably joyous stream. I might not do a huge amount tonight at all now. Just because I've realised that right now I'm waiting for things to happen most of the time. And that's not good TV. Ish. Speaking of TV, Goods apparently released at the UHC that nobody else has released, so we're all kind of thinking at this point that it's an April Fool's. Usually he does do something, so yeah, there's that going on. As far as April Fool's Day has been concerned, I haven't really seen any particularly good ones. We've had the doom and gloom and the general things that make it sound like it should probably be an April Fool's. You know, the Tories thinking that child labour is going to fix Brexit, that sort of thing. But nothing that's actually an April Fool's, I suppose. You know, the spat with Russia that's just currently just snowballing into getting worse and worse, and you kind of think, well, are they just pulling a bit of an Argentina here? You know, are they actually doing these things to rile up Russia so we can have sort of a big enemy, and we'll kind of forget about the economic situation of our own country? It's always a possibility, you know. Not that you know the actual assassination attempt was some kind of red flag, or was it false flag? I think they call it. I do believe that actually happened as a result of Russian interference, but you know, you do have to wonder how much British government is actually milking the situation right now to kind of make it worse between us and Russia, on the basis that everybody will sort of start blaming those damn Ruskies for everything, and sort of forget about what's going on here, because it's been done before. Argentina. So little sidebar about Argentina. Argentina's economy was not doing particularly well back in the 1970s, I think it was. 1970s, early 1980s, and as a result the government sort of decided that it was going to invade the Falklands, because the Falklands is a little bit of a sore spot where Argentina is concerned. Now, they invaded the Falkland Isles, and as a result a fairly large British division, I guess, was dispatched to deal with the problem, and they dealt with it. And it sort of all sort of surrounds, you know, the sinking of the Belgrano, the turning of the Argentinian Air Force into a new sort of man-made reef. End of month summary. I mean, that was probably... Oh, that's bad. What's gone on there? I should be making the profit. What? Should be making profit because I'm not paying all that out on that loan. But yeah, anyway, the result has basically resulted in Britain and Argentina not getting on very well because of this insistence by the Argentinians that the Falklands are Argentinian. Now this goes back to, I don't know, this is sort of really early days of the Falklands, when Argentina didn't actually exist. It was a Spanish colony, I believe. So yeah, opens a whole other can of worms there. But basically, so the story went is that there were two colonies, one of Argentinian ancestry and one of British ancestry, and as time went on, the British basically went to the Argentinian group and said, look, do you want to join us? And most of them said no. Most of them left of their own accord, but one of them did stay, or a few of them did stay. I don't know if it was one or a few, but some of them did stay, and they joined the British colony, and that evolved to become the Falkland Isles. Now, before that, people had settled on there and then promptly left because it's a rock inhabited by sheep in, you know, sort of moorsy-like weather. It's a sort of place where British would think, yeah, this is fine, and most other countries would kind of think, yeah, it's not really that pleasant, all in all. But yeah, that's basically, you know, in a nutshell what happened, and quite a lot of it was because of the economic situation of Argentina wasn't actually very good. And generally, if Argentina's doing poorly economically, they'll usually find some way to kind of bring out the Falklands again, to sort of rile the people up and make them forget that actually their country may not be as well run as they like. And you kind of see a sort of similar vein bobbing up and down in England or in the United Kingdom right now, where it's kind of everybody else's fault but the government's. Oh, that ride's broken down. Oh, that's why I've been so in the lurch, because I've had a load of rides break down and they've had to all have their money back. Ugh. This does actually give a very good case for making the entrance 50 simoleons and all the rides free, on the basis that you'll always make that money with them coming in, but you will lose a huge amount of money whenever a ride breaks down and you have to give them all their money back. Many guests are thirsty. Well, I've got all these ponds, they can stick their heads in them. Most of them are filled with crocodiles, but what's the worst that could happen, right? It's interesting how these streams always end up in talking about history. I have also been considering doing a sort of looking at interesting design, not necessarily good design, but interesting design of things. Simply because I've been rewatching a load of, or been watching a load of sort of tank history stuff, like the A7V, which was, by all accounts, a better designed tank than, you know, the Mark 1, but not very good when it actually came to the sort of practical side of things. So the A7V was Germans' attempt at building a First World War tank. Only 20 were ever made. One of the survivors resides in Austria, I think, or Australia. no, it must be in Austria, and a replica is in Bovington. I believe that's the way it works. And the A7V was quite infamous for falling over, which as a tank you'd think that would be a little bit difficult to do. Well, no, actually it was fairly consistent for them to just sort of fall over. And as I said, only 20 of them were ever made. All in all, they were pretty useless. I think an A7V was used to stop a rampaging Mark 7, I think it was, that found itself behind enemy lines and thought, well, I'm here now, we may as well go wild. And it took quite a lot to actually take this thing down. But, you know, I find tank design and an awful lot of design actually in general through sort of the World War II period especially to be rather interesting, because it may not necessarily have been the right thing to do, but it was an interesting thing to do. You know, you've got things like the praying mantis and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Might run some experiments because I think this stuff is all quite interesting. I've got a mechanic, I've got a security guard, and I've no idea how to make people happy. Because this is a theme park, I've got people... Oh, I could hire an entertainer, I guess. But I kind of need my rides to be working first, so I can get some money. Because apparently all of my rides decided to break down at the same time. Luck, eh? Who'd have it? Many guests are thirsty. Still. Where's my... Oh, Chief Beef is out for lunch. Milkshake is... Oh no, is he... Oh no, he's there. Right, okay. He's going slowly, but he's doing his job. Okay. And the hats person is not selling any hats. In fact... Right. Okay, nobody wants to shop at Hats Fantastic. Even though it's got Stetson? I'm saying that right? Stetson on the top? Nobody wants to go shopping at Hats Fantastic. I'm disappointed with them. Searing Victory. Soaring Victory is no longer regarded as new. Okay. But people are queuing up for the that one, the Whirly Rig, which I am going to slightly rename the world. That too. I'm going to call it the Whirly Gig after Chernobyl, Shadow of Chernobyl. Yeah, Shadow of Chernobyl. Which I believe the Whirly Gigs were anomalies, artifacts. Sorry. Right, I'm going to hire an entertainer. What kind of works? Yeah, because I'm kind of going down the adventure theme, so we can have a adventurer to cheer people up and totally not shoot them repeatedly, or not get stuck. I can also set up patrol paths, but for the moment, it's fine. Right, they're reasonably happy. He's apparently very happy, even though he's not. Interesting. Lots of vandalism. Where? Oh. I mean, I could just... Oh, I can't replace it because I don't have the money to. I need people to go onto rides. They're not doing it. Oh, I might have to play some Borderlands in a bit. I was watching Miniature Nerd and his mate Sam play Borderlands 1, and for some reason I just fired up Borderlands, I think it's 3, which I think is the weakest of them. Borderlands 1 was definitely the strongest of them, and then 2 is somewhere in the middle, 3 is quite weak. And the least said about their sort of MOBA style thing, the better, I think. But I think I played on a free weekend or something, and I was not impressed by it. It was, you know, a typical sort of Gearbox game, as the new Gearbox is, which is it's a concerning. Gearbox used to be such a great company, and they've kind of lost their way a little, I feel. But you know, we'll see what happens in the future. Hopefully, they'll get their life back, as it were. Well, I think I'm actually going to end this this video here. It's just been a short one today. I'll probably do one tomorrow when I'm feeling a little bit more awake and hydrated. And yeah, all in all, I quite like Planet Coaster. I always have. I just wish it was a little. I wish this hadn't happened. I don't know how this happened, and I'm probably gonna have to do some poking around to see if this is actually normal. It's a £5,000 loan with almost 20,000 to repay, and I don't really know quite why it's done that. So yes. Anyway, I shall leave you here for now. So with that, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.